I want to talk about No Man's Sky. Hello and welcome to another 5-hour review where we pick a game, play it for 5 hours, write down our deepest, darkest feelings, and put them all in a little YouTube video for your entertainment, all while trying to answer the question, will we keep playing? Is 5 hours an entirely arbitrary amount of time? Yes. Is it even long enough to decide whether a game is good or not? Maybe, probably not, but who knows? Are we going to do it anyway? Definitely. So Dan, I hear you ask, what gives? I thought you were only going to do new releases. I thought you were only trying to do new games to, stay all up to date. Well, viewer, that is a very good question. And one with a very simple answer. I do what I want. No, but seriously, No Man's Sky was recommended to me by my friend Vicky, who was very excited about the current state of the game and very keen to show me her illegal nip farm, whatever that means. So considering the game was released back in 2016 as a horribly buggy and just complete mess, Hello Games have been slowly updating it constantly throughout the years up until now. So I guess you can consider this a review of the current state of No Man's Sky in your Earth year 2022. Now remember to like the video, share the video around, send it to your friends, comment down below and say how I shouldn't be allowed to espouse my opinion on a platform such as this, nor should anyone pay attention to me. Or, alternatively, you could say, hey Dan, I wish I could disagree with you, but I find the points you make completely irrefutable. It is clear that your entirely unwarranted and misinformed opinions are the epitome of video game journalism, despite the fact they are quite obviously coming from the mouth of an expensive microphone having moron, with absolutely zero review experience. Good day. P.S. Here is lots of money and presents. Or, something to that effect. Now, I know it's Friday and you're all starving to feast your eyes on the next episode of Final Fantasy, obviously. And unfortunately, as you can tell, I'm not at home. I'm in Qatar. I'm in my hotel room in Qatar and with what is loosely described as internet, so I can't really catch up with the boys and record some more episodes for you. So I do this instead. But don't worry, Final Fantasy Fridays will be back very, very soon. Anyway, that was way more preamble than what I ever expected. So let's get on with it. 5 minutes. Let's see if we can get closer this time. So, No Man's Sky. The story, or what passes for one in this loneliness simulator, goes pretty much as follows. You sort of awaken on a random planet, and I mean genuinely random. They're not wrong about their marketing campaign. And so, for example, I got a nice non-hostile planet, or you could have easily gotten a planet where everything goes on fire because of firestorms, and it all burns. I know this because I started free playthroughs. The first one to check the settings, the second one because I'm an idiot, and the third one is the 5-hour review one. So anyway, you're dumped on this planet with no real memory of who or what you are, and you begin getting strange communications from this being called Artemis. You find a crash ship which is probably yours. I mean, no one's around, so maritime salvage laws apply, I guess. I obviously named my boat Serendipity, slightly legally differentiated from that sci-fi show that got cancelled a while back, and I'm still not quite over yet. The sky is mine and you can't have it. You know that one? So you trek about gathering resources and all in the name of getting your bird off the ground and start flying. And once you do, it's off to space. Small little top tip though. Scan everything, because then you'll be rolling in credits. You get paid for everything you scan. It's amazing. And also your mining laser. It can, not only is useful for mining things, but it can also mine the life out of any creature you see if ever you fancy a genocide run. More strange communications later, and you discover some worlds and start building yourself a base. Mine is a large tip of the hat to Alex's house. All of this is in service of learning more stuff, like who, or what, or why, or where you are. Delete as appropriate. In your search for Artemis, you find a couple of space anomalies. One of them is a station anomaly, which you can summon anywhere in space. And it serves as your multiplayer hub and where most of the story happens, most of the exposition happens. I quite like to think that all the other players on the Anomaly space station got like warped from one side of space to the other, like completely different parts of the galaxy, and it really messed them up. It's obviously not the case, but it made me feel happy. The others is the Atlas stations, which seem very evil. I like them.
It's very evil.
So I've learnt my lesson. Don't waffle on for too long. So controls, there's just so many. And it took me a long while to even get close to knowing what half of them did. And that was with some quite useful help from the aforementioned illegal nip farmer. The fact there is a storyline to lead you through the first portion of the game is handy, but of course completely ignorable. You could, if you wanted to be a space hermit, for example, or if you wanted to become a monster that just goes from planet to planet and rids them of their resources and leaving them in the depths of space to spin aimlessly and empty for all eternity. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the resource gathering seems to tap into a part of my brain that I share with a crow, which is just, you know, gather all the nice shiny things and take them back to my nest or in this case, my ship. Once you're used to the controls though, resource gathering is really easy. And I found it weirdly therapeutic. Maybe I'm the weird one. No. It is the kids who are wrong. Kids who enjoy Minecraft. The base building is really comprehensive, and I can imagine people being able to build some really cool stuff with this. It's quite. I can imagine it being frankly incredible. Right, I'm going to admit I didn't have a lot of hope for No Man's Sky just after its disastrous 2016 release, but this is clearly the game that they wanted to release back then. It's far less buggy. The universe seems pretty much infinite, and considering how small an area I managed to explore in my 5 hours, there's a lot to this game if you're willing to put the time in. The only bugs I really encountered were some funny little clipping issues and the game being confused as to how I managed to get on a quite well upgraded freighter within the first hour. Thanks, Vicky. Simply put, I think I'm going to keep playing, guys. Like, I think I need to every now and then embrace my inner Shackleton crow and go to random places and each new undiscovered planet and then take all their resources for myself and just harvest them for my own unknowable ends. I also have a feeling this could be a lot of fun with other players as opposed to just playing alone. I forgot to mention the freighter I saved, the pirates I deleted, and the bloody sentinels. Can't wait to do a pirate playthrough. So after all of this, I think I'm going to give No Man's Sky in 2022 a Hello Traveler out of 10. Thank you all for watching. We're having a bunch of fun making these videos, and we hope you are too. Forcing us to write down things to be funny is, instead of just stumbling upon jokes as normal, is really difficult. But yeah, it's a challenge, and that's fun. Anyway, somewhere over one of the sides as normal, you'll get little suggestions from YouTube. Feel free to share this with your friends, your family, your pets, anyone you think who might enjoy it, or not. Who knows? And please subscribe to the channel so you see more idiocy from people like me. Comment down below as well. Tell us your favorite sci-fi franchise. And thanks again for tuning in. Love you guys. Bye.